Hello from Tom Squirrel Whisperer. This is my review and video demonstration part 2 for the Depond GEEKPRO EOV1 4K Ultra Pro Ultra High Def sports camera. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at how to program the camera. So first of all, we're going to take a look. I have 3 buttons: a button in the front, button on the side, and a button on top. Long press the button in front, and then you're going to press it a few more times until you get to the mode for setup. And then once you do that, you're going to press the top button, and that will get you to your settings, and that will select settings. Once you press that top button for settings, the first thing will happen, you'll get to video resolution. Now go ahead and press your front button. That's what I'm pressing right now, and that will cycle through all the settings that you'll be able to do. So that's what I did right there. So again, your settings are video resolution, then after video resolution, photo, looping video, metering, timestamp, exposure, burst, video, continuous lap, power frequency, screensaver, sound indicator, format, reset, and now we're back to the beginning. So we'll go through this a little bit slower now. Okay, video resolution. That's the first one you want to set, of course, because you have some good options there. 1080p, which is pretty much the standard highest def that we've been able to reach before on these sports cameras. You select 1080p. You'll use the top button to select, the front button to choose one of the other modes, 1080p 30 frames per second, or the 4K or the 2K. So I'm using the front button to rotate through the selection bar. There you see that. That's the front button. And I'll use the top button to hold my selection. Top button will hold my selection at 1080p or 1080p. Now that will take me out. That will hold it and select the 1080p. Now I can see that again by pressing that top button again. You'll see that I held 1080p 60 frames per second. If I want to see that again, I now have reselected the 1080p 30 frames per second. Okay. So next I'll go to photo resolution. You'll see under photo resolution I have 12 megapixel, 8 megapixel, or 5 megapixel. Under looping video, I'll stop there under looping video. Looping video on, or yes, means that you will allow the disk to, if it becomes full, to overwrite or to delete the oldest video and to begin writing over that, and it will consecutively continue to delete and overwrite the older video so that it will make room for newer videos on this particular SD card. Now that is normally used if you are using your camera for such things as a car camera and things like that. Typically, people don't use that. They prefer to let themselves know if the disk is full so they can take out the SD card and put in a new one. So, metering, which is the next thing that was down, is for light metering for your still camera. Okay, moving on. Okay, timestamp. Timestamp can be off or date in timestamping. Exposure, burst photo. Now time lapse. You can put time lapse as continuous lapse. We'll explain that here also in just a sec. Time lapse, the camera can be used to click and take a photo every so many seconds so that it will appear as though you are taking a time-lapse photography image. So under this setting, you would set the camera up to actually shoot one picture every so many seconds. So that is what time-lapse. Power saving options. Your power saving options will allow you to have the camera shut its screen off sooner or not at all. And of course those are options that you would want to set yourself. Setting your date and time. Now the top button is going to manipulate the changing of the date itself, or the the action of the month or the day at a time is going to rotate the number, and the front button is going to jump the field. So here's a little difference in how things work. The top button changes the number and the front button jumps the field. So this is the only oddity in how these two buttons work. They're kind of swapped now in their functionality. So once again, top button changes the rotates the number, front button jumps the field, side button exits the function. Okay, and that DDMMYY is how you want the thing displayed. Okay, next function after that, sound indicator, how loud you want the beep, upside down. Okay, the camera also makes an excellent car cam, so if you were to hook this up inside your windshield, it's probably going to be hanging upside down, but you want the image in the camera to be taking it, of course, right side up, even though you're hanging it upside down. So the upside down function tells the camera that it's hanging upside down, but you want to invert the image. Or let's say that you're holding it onto a long selfie stick and you're putting it into the water upside down, and you just go ahead and set the setting to upside down, so we'll turn the images upside up. So that's what the upside down function means. It means that you have the camera upside down, but you want the images to be inverted upside up correctly, so you don't have to use software to do that. Format. You must format each new SD card the first time you get it. That is an absolute. It is quick. So make sure that you do that. Reset. If you want to reset everything back to beginning, square one, and do it all over again, you can do that. Otherwise, you're pretty well done. That is all the programming you need to do. Of course, you can optionally do all sorts of changing to the program. You can try your camera in 1080p. You can try it in 4K. In the part 3 of my demonstration here, I will be demonstrating and discussing some of the differences of the 1080p and the 4K, and showing you from frame level down what some of those changes are. In part 1, I did a demonstration of how all the assembly worked out. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got some information out of this video. Thank you very much.